he's saying, I don't want to go coach the Jacksonville Jaguars. Watch, he end up being the damn Jacksonville Jaguars coach now. I don't want to go coach the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then we don't reach expectations, and then I'm never, ever considered again for a head coaching job.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go someplace where I know the structure's in place and the management and the ownership is behind me that will allow me to be successful. And therefore, even if I don't do quite as well, maybe down the road, I still will have an opportunity to continue coach because his coaching career will last a little bit longer. Now, while we're talking about coaching,
that's what I'm about to go into.
we're talking about coaching. We had some dumb decisions, in my opinion, that happened on Sunday. But with that being said, from a coaching perspective, but our Super Bowl matchups are now set.
Mm-hmm.
It will be the upstart Cincinnati Bengals against the high-flying Los Angeles Rams, led by one Matthew Stafford, and Cincinnati Bengals, the Bengals, B-A-N-G, the Bengals, are led by, as Freeze said, Joe Burrow. So I think this is going to be I'm not going to tell a story. I was actually, since it was 40 years ago that Cincinnati played San Francisco in the Pontiac Silverdome,
yes,
I was actually rooting for that matchup again.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of hoping that one would come to pass. And actually, if it would have, as much as I love San Francisco 49ers, that's always one of my squads.
Yeah.
I actually would have rooted for Cincinnati this time, if that had come to pass. But Cincinnati was not supposed to be there. They won 3 games to get to the Super Bowl that nobody saw coming. Mm-hmm. So, that wasn't a shocker on that end. For the Rams to make it, not as big of they were seen as Super Bowl favorites at the beginning of the season, so it's not that surprising for them to be there. What is surprising to me, which I'm gonna catch some flack for this, but what is surprising to me is that Matthew Stafford excelled in a big moment. I mean,
man, right. No pick sixes. You know what I'm saying?
Who the fuck would have thunk it aside from B. Scott?
Right. No pick sixes, anything. But you know what? Like you said, the Rams are all in though. They already said it when they picked up Matthew Stafford. Then they picked up my man Von Miller from Denver. They went all in. They don't have any first round draft picks for the next 3-4 years.
Don't forget about Odell.
And they'll pick up Odell Beckham. Yeah,
Odell Too Sweet Beckham.
Right. Who everyone thought was washed up because was looking him off. So who balled out of control this whole playoff season. But I can't even front. I like Joe Burrow and Chase. That's going to be a matchup provided they're healthy. It's going to be a matchup for like 6, 7, 8 years. That is a very good matchup. I mean, a very good combination, And I'm happy to see some new blood finally, especially after Brady's retiring this year, Roethlisberger retiring this year. This is the first Super Bowl without a Brady, Roethlisberger. What they say, Brady, Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning. Now the man is 2 more quarters. Oh, without all these people in like 15, 20 years. So this is going to be a great matchup.
They couldn't have put Ben Roethlisberger in there. He only went to 2.
Yeah, but they were talking about for the past 20 years, they named all the quarterbacks. There's only 6 quarterbacks that was in every. I mean, like the 6 quarterback they named has been in every Super Bowl for the past 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like Brady, if Brady wasn't in it, Manning was in it. If Manning wasn't in it, Roethlisberger was in it. If he wasn't in it, they named 6 quarterbacks that's been in there for the past 20 years. I can't think of all it is, but it's a meme out there. You can go check it out.
You got me thinking now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of one that didn't.
Well, wouldn't you have had Mahomes in it the last? He went no. Right. He won.
Yeah, but he played Tom Brady.
Oh, he played Brady.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. And
but that's
and who did he beat who did the Chiefs beat to get there when they won their championship?
To get to the Super Bowl,
when they won the Super Bowl. Who'd they beat? Ooh. God dang it. Oh, they beat the San Fran. So this ain't
there we go. So there we go. There we go.
The first one.
They beat Jimmy Garoppolo. Exactly.
Garoppolo. Yep. So
I thought it
was
was
not.
one in there. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, that was a meme on Facebook. So let me
Hell, Facebook, you are wrong.
yes, indeed.
Well, they said the Bengals were 100. They had during the preseason, they were 125-1.
Yep.
With the odds of reaching the Super Bowl.
Man.
Having the worst NFL records, right, in the last 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I could build a time machine, I'd go back and put $1,000 on them. Boy.
Don't worry, I'm going to Vegas tomorrow. I'm gonna put 37 cents on the Lions. With they odds.
But you know, there has been this, so we're back to this, right? Everything comes back. There's this conversation that's brewing, right, on these little sports forums I be watching or listening to, and talking about how Matt Stafford was able to go on, get traded, have a career. Now he's playing in the Super Bowl, where you've seen these other Hall of Famers with the Lions never get the chance.
Yep.
Don't get me started on that one. You're gonna turn.
So you're talking, right? So easy, right? Right at my fingertips is a Calvin Johnson.
Yep.
Right? Who retired and was like, forget it, I'll just retire early. Because I'm sure Calvin could have continued to play, but he was obviously getting beat up. And the most notable would be a Barry Sanders, right? Who the Lions just would not trade for them.
Yeah, but I was say Barry case different, a little
bit different.
But Calvin Johnson, the Patriots wanted him, and he was saying, "I'll come out of retirement, y'all trade me to the Patriots." And the Lions said no. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's more than just that they want him. He was willing. He would have probably played someplace else. I mean, if they had decided to trade him, but he just, they weren't. Now, I think Barry's situation is a little different because Barry is just a special individual. I think if the game had been more fulfilling, meaning the Lions had done more to like help him out, that he would have stayed. But he could have, like, after he retired so early. Once he sat out a year, he could have come back if he wanted to. I just don't think he was interested in coming. Like Barry still be driving a Jeep Cherokee around Detroit.
Sure.
So
F-150. Yeah. Right. He don't play. You're right.
So do you
go ahead. I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
Let me say this. The narrative that Stafford was just done so horribly wrong in Detroit, and he never had anybody around him, and he was stuck in purgatory, and now he's in LA, and look what happens when you take somebody out of Detroit. They just blossom like a flower, and it was all Detroit. Bullshit.
Yes.
Straight bullshit. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick of the draft. And while he was certainly not the problem in Detroit, he was definitely not the solution either.
Agreed. Yep.
Because when you are the #1 pick of the draft, or you're considered to be a special talent, be it arm talent or whatever the case may be, you're going to will your team to a couple victories in there. And people make the argument, well, he never had a team around him.
Bullshit.
Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times.
Right.
In the game prior to the AFC Championship. He got sacked 9 times and still found a way to win the game.
Yep.
His offensive line is clearly not that good. His defense is okay, but they're not spectacular. And then he goes into Kansas City after being down 21-3 and comes back and wins that game to make it to the Super Bowl. So you can't tell me that somebody can't win with less if they are of a great talent. And what I'm saying is everybody tried to say that's always been Matthew Stafford. So the team that lost to the Cowboys that he had, that had Calvin Johnson and Golden Tate and
Reggie Bush, 1,000-yard rusher,
and Joyke Bell in the backfield. I mean,
and Dre Block.
The defense was good. Well, not Dre Block. Dre wasn't good.
I'm not Dre Block. What's his name? My man that played for the Eagles now.
Play, but they had a very formidable team.
Yep.
And in big moments when he played for Detroit, he typically would. Now, I'm not talking about big moments against the Toledo Mud Hens. I'm not talking about big moments against the Dallas Chaparrals. I'm talking about big moments in big games. Matthew Stafford in Detroit did not produce.
Facts. He did produce. He produced pick sixes and interceptions at crucial moments. That's what he did.
He did produce that, or strip sacks.
Or strip sack, right. And you know what? They kept trying to put people around him because everyone comes to bring up, oh man, look at the Rams. Oh, let's look at the Rams. We picked up Eric Ebron over Aaron Donald.
Well, that's just stupid management. That's a whole other story.
Because Stafford needed more weapons. So instead of picking a defense, especially when you don't have Sue anymore, when you know that Sue is out of contract and ain't re-signed, yeah, let's not pick Aaron Donald. Let's pick Ebron up.
Well, what was dumb was they hadn't signed. He was going to be a free agent,
right.
And you didn't pick up the option on. You weren't going to pick up the option on Nick Fairley at the time either.
Right.
So the smart thing to do would be to have some insurance. That way, if he bolted, then you would have had a plug and play. You would have been able to at least still have a formidable squad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything. People have accused me. Other friends and others have accused me of just totally disliking or hating Matthew Stafford. I do not.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a great guy. He did a lot for the city of Detroit. He's a great individual, but I still call the spade a spade. Now, he may go on to rewrite his legacy by winning the Super Bowl or doing some other things out here. He may continue, and that's all well and good. But when he was in the Detroit uniform, it wasn't just, he did not reach his potential, not solely because of the Lions organization and the people that were around him. He has culpability in that as well. And that's all I'm trying to say.
I agree. 100. Who you got for the Super Bowl, Dandridge?
So my team is no longer in the Super Bowl. I was rooting for the Chiefs, and I'm just really not sure how a game before they could figure out what to do. And was it 13 to 14 seconds? And then they just completely blew a complete second half. I don't understand what's happening here. I don't know. So I don't even care. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. I do want to see the Ramsey matchup. I think that'd be good. But other than that, I don't care. I'll watch it just for the camaraderie and the cookies.
And the halftime, which is going to be the greatest halftime of all time. I'm a big Dre fan.
So it's funny. They're saying, right? They're like, oh, we hear that there's going to be a football game at the Dr. Dre concert.
Yeah. Yes. Well, so question. So who do you all think will be? Usually there's one guest performer, somebody that they don't list on the docket. So Dandridge, who do you think that guest performer will be based on the people who are participating in the halftime show? We're gonna see. We're gonna see who's right. It's Dre,
it's
Snoop,
Dr. Dre, Eminem,
Snoop,
Mary J. Blige,
and Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar. Where is the Super Bowl? It's LA? So that could be anybody, right? Because sometimes they try to do hometown heroes, but that could be anybody.
I'm just saying, who based on what we know, it's Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Who do you think will make a guest appearance in the set? We're gonna see. We're gonna when we do our show in 2 weeks, we're gonna see who was right.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
I'm gonna tell you about dark horse. I got a dark horse.
Oh, you got one pick now.
I know one pick. It's gonna be a dark horse.
Okay.
Warren to the G.
Oh, that's a good pick. I don't think that's.
I was actually thinking about Mac 10.
Okay.
Wait, got no song with Dre though.
Well, but that's is that your pick, Danny?
I don't know. It's LA. I was thinking, who's in LA?
But is that your pick?
This is so much pressure.
It's not that much pressure.
Love it.
Freeze has gone with Warren G.
No, that's not my pick. Because it would have to be something that would get the crowd, going. Most people are not gonna know who that is.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have a pick. Ooh. E40.
Oh, that would be crazy. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you my real pick is. I forgot. I said this other day. Y'all gonna be messed up when y'all hear this. the real guest star, the real star of the show